Welcome back to another episode. Last one y nos vamos.
Hey, aquí andamos.
Damn, Mr. David is back.
Yep.
He's back like a flash.
Back here, Lorenzo. Glad to be back. You know, aquí andamos.
Está bien, está bien.
Listo para complacer a toda la plebada del Last One y nos vamos.
No, well, gracias. Yes, we are. Getting those likes, hopefully.
Yeah.
We do have a break or two, believe it or not, because we do have another video. It's just you and me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we'll see how this one goes. But hey, we'll leave that to the viewers.
Yeah.
But también te iba a decir.
Wait. Before you start, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out.
Okay. Ya sabe. No, I was going to say, no voy a decir que estabas mal in all ages or nada así, but you were a little sick, so maybe today
always sick, huh?
They're going to say, like, ese David sí salió con energía. O son las beers que ya tiene.
No, it's like que salí con energía, que no estoy enfermo.
Well, cheers to that one, David. Cheers.
Well, cheers, Lorenzo.
Déjame switch hands porque no puedo tomar with the left.
Good thing mine is just water, you know.
I see.
If you guys didn't know it, I just put water in here, Lorenzo.
Yeah, he likes to fake it.
Yeah.
But that's good. You gotta fake it till you make it sometimes, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
Hey, I know you don't really have TikTok or IG. You don't have no social media. Mm-hmm. How's that been, first of all? Like, can you explain a little bit how long has it been?
Last time I had Instagram was probably like 2019 or something.
Really?
Like that. Yeah.
I think a little longer.
Or 2020.
Honestly, the last photo that I remember you being like that you posted was when we went to the Crucero and you were posting something like this or like.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the posts that I remember for sure.
That's when I was slim.
Perdón? Excuse me.
Been a long time ago.
Nah, but yeah, it's been 2019, 2000, por ahí, 18, 19.
Por ahí, 18, 19, and it's been good. You know, I initially got rid of it because I was going to school and I didn't want it to be a distraction. And at the end, I just, didn't need it no more. I was just like,
Well, I'm going to say that's a good thing. Unfortunately for me, I have to be a little bit more active now. You do. But hey, it comes with the game. So.
Yeah, because back then you weren't that active on it, and now that you're...
Damn, really? That's how you feel? Dang. No. I was going to ask you that. And not in a bad way. I mean, I want to go so much into detail, but I have like a lot of sections I want to go through. And I don't want to say it all, but like... it's okay if you did and if you did. I mean, we're very, we know each other for a long period of time, and I'm going to go into that later. That's why I don't want to say much. But did you see the blog?
Yes, I did.
All right. Good and bad. I don't care. And I don't take offensive. So how was it cringy for you? How was it?
The last one?
The blog where I went to
SoFi.
The
blog, yeah. Oh, I saw it. No, it was good.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like I was at the show.
Honestly, like you're basically rating me right now, or you're rating at those. Well, you're rating the video better.
Okay. It was good. The only thing that I didn't like was that you didn't show el baile del. Se fue la pantera. I thought you were gonna come out. Nomás te faltó eso, el puro baile de la pantera.
I did take a recording though of it though, right?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, that one was weird. But honestly, I've seen other videos that like people maybe they don't focus on it, but it's more noticeable. I don't know, because this stage was a little bit different. No se notaba tanto. Like you weren't really focusing on them, or maybe I already knew they were gonna do it, and it was like whatever,
Yeah.
It would, like, if I would have seen it the first time again, I think I would be like, what the hell?
Yeah, and you know what? It was surprising because you're not really like that, I was like,
that's one of my other things. Yo me quedé así
like, dang, that's Lorenzo, míralo aquí, nos tiene paseando con él.
Yeah, you wouldn't seen that 10 years ago or more.
No,
kind of gave a little piece already, but so you wouldn't see that, right?
Yeah, but it was good. I liked it. For like I said, it felt like we were there, and it was cool. You gave the whole experience about how the parking is and,
oh man,
and all that stuff. How was the parking?
Don't remind me of that no more. Let me pass through that. I'm gonna be stuck in here for 30 minutes again talking about parking.
Yeah, we when I went, because I went, we took our parents to go see Los Bukis.
Jeez.
And you know, parking was a little hectic, pero no fue tan gacho así de que like Dodger Stadium or nothing like that. No fue
así. Well, pero, a ver. Dodgers, yeah, we stayed there for an hour.
So. Nos quedamos más en el estacionamiento en el Dodger Stadium que lo que duramos para llegar a la casa.
Yeah, literally. We truly did, and it's an hour and 10 minutes of good in traffic, kind of. Yep. Yeah, we did take a long time, but we kind of know something. Uh-huh. We know where the ball players come out, the famous people now, so we can't say that, though. We got to keep it a secret.
Yeah, we know that.
Bueno, iba con esto.
And we also learned something too.
What?
We have to leave before the game's over. So.
Oh shit! I don't know. You know, because maybe I think what the difference was from Friday. We're not bragging again. Mm-hmm. Was that we got there earlier on Friday, and I think we parked like in the front almost, and I think this one we parked like in the middle because we were late.
We parked like
we weren't late, but
we parked in another section. I think that was closer to the exit.
Yeah. And we were able to tell, like, look, like that left side, like, no había nada. So, yeah. So, a tip, if you guys know, kind of park on the left-hand side.
Yeah. I think it was lot F or D. If you're going to Dodger Stadium, I believe it's lot F or D, you'll get out way faster.
If you're looking on to the Empire, it's basically the right side.
Yeah.
To put it kind of view. Yeah, so it was crazy. I don't know. Pero sí nos dio hambre. Después de ahí nos fuimos a las alitas. What do you think about those?
Estaban buenas, Estaban bien buenas.
El Jay nos llevó ahí.
So. No le ganan a las que proveían en Teco, pero... I'm just kidding. They were good. They were really good.
Pues esas son recién mateaditas y toda la cosa. Todas le quitas una pluma, yo creo.
No, sí estaban muy buenas y thanks to Jay. Saludos al Jay.
Yeah. Andaban sorprendidos ustedes. You're like, what the hell? Where'd you find this spot? Because it's close by home. That's why too.
Yeah. And it kind of looks like a Buffalo Wild Wings. Is it okay if we name the spot? I forgot the name of the spot.
We can't. No, we gotta keep it a secret.
Keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Porque no había mucha gente.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? No había.
We were able to get in, sit down, and everything.
So
pero hace cuenta igual que el Wild Wings.
¿Que no va gente?
No, yo digo like the same setup.
Honestly, ya no va gente. No. Ya se quemó aquí en San Bernardino.
Yeah. I haven't been to that one in a while.
Well, remember the last time we went and we were trying to like get a drink at 10:30. They're like, it's gonna be like an hour wait.
Es que puro borracho ahí.
Damn.
No se me olvida cuando fuimos y la mesera she confused my card with somebody else. She came back and like, your card declined. I was like, what? I just got paid. What are you talking about?
And it was the same time that we waited an hour too. So we were like, what the heck, dude? Were you trying to make us go in the back and wash dishes? And she lost it, huh? She didn't get it to you.
No, the person took off with it. Who knows what they bought? But
damn.
Yeah, that was a funny.
It was. I remember you. Believe it or not, he does have a serious kind of way too, but his serious is when it gets to like actual things. Like when it comes to things, and he's like, "What?" Like that one. That was like one of the times I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, I was pretty upset. I was like, "How'd you lose my card?" You know, like.
And she said something dumb too. She was like, "Oh, is it because they had the same color?" I remember she said something like that.
Es que sí se parecían iguales, pero yeah, it was funny.
I was like, my name's not this, it's David.
Yo dije, ¿qué voy a hacer? Ni sé lavar trastes. No,
capaz que nos cobran más porque fuiste a lavarlos allá atrás.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Oh, well, I was going with... damn, ya se me perdió, pero a ver.
You were talking about...
Oh, one question I have for you before we can move on to the next topic. When you went with to go see Los Temerarios, was the SoFi pretty new?
I went to see Los Bukis.
Oh, sorry, Los Bukis.
I think it was like the first or second show at the SoFi. Yeah. And it was nice. We got like a VIP section kind of. Mm-hmm. Like not a section. I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but like the VIP seats, which were like, I guess, close to the suites.
Mm-hmm. It's a sweet though, right? Or no? It's not a sweet, and then you have like, you know how they guide
Los asientos
fuel?
afuera del suite. And it was cool. Estaba like barrita and everything. Nomás que like the same problem you had. Unas filononas, you know.
I know. I don't know why they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't the beer process be faster?
Yeah, they should be like the one. I saw this. I follow these YouTubers in Monterrey, and they posted a concert. And this guy, they should do this here.
Oh, I think I told you this one too.
Did you?
But go for it. I'll tell you more.
This guy like wears a backpack.
Yeah.
And he has like a big old like manguera and stuff.
Yeah, he has a keg. He's basically carrying the keg.
Well, he's selling like mixed drinks.
Oh shit.
Vienen ya mezclado todo, and he brings out the cup and he'll just pour it. And y ahí está, you know. They should do something like that.
Yeah.
Or even with a keg or whatever.
Well, I saw it first at the Auditorium of Jalisco. That's how they.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that time when you went to see Fuerza Regia.
Yeah. That is a great idea, but pues maybe regulations here won't make it. But that's on yours también. They wouldn't have anybody selling. You weren't in the field. My bad. But
uno pobre acá, you know. Uno le toca acá sentarse.
But it makes sense, you know? Like, they should have put, like, stuff in the field, too.
Maybe they don't sell any because they don't want nothing to spill, but whatever drink you take.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like, did it? So, when you went to the field, you had to put it in a cup?
I didn't go on the field.
No, I'm just saying, like, you had to do the process of putting it in a cup, and I'm guessing because they didn't want the aluminum, like, messing up the fuel. But other than that, it's like...
Eso, o a lo mejor they recycled and they wanted to keep the cans.
Sheesh. Ya que uno lo paga.
The struggle's real, you know? Okay.
No, but that's the thing. Like, being a big stadium, I don't know how that process where it makes most of the money can be smoothly.
Yeah, I don't know.
But whatever. You guys experience it for yourself. Go to the Sulfi as well. Go take a little.
And if you haven't seen that vlog, check it out. Lorenzo looks like he had a blast.
You know, I realized.
Se escucha cante todas las canciones.
I realized, like, I'm gonna probably be balling once in a while, but like, I realized, like, that's not really for me yet. So, hasta que se me dé.
Yeah.
I'll start more. But good thing I started, for sure.
Yeah. I guess another one you could have done was that Yankee game versus the Dodgers. We were there.
Maybe. True.
Or maybe you just didn't want to.
It's because I didn't want to get all the hate, you know, and I don't want to say why. Nah, they're going to know kind of why, but we'll leave that one.
You heard it from everybody.
Yeah. Well, with that saying, you know, with the whole social media world, and I know you don't have TikTok, so that's why I asked you this. I did show you before we started rolling the cameras here. I showed you a little preview, and we could agree kind of. And I don't know, is it because they already know what I watch, but I hadn't been on TikTok all day, like today at all. So this was the first time I opened it to view it.
Okay.
We both agree that it seems like the ethnicity. Sorry, he's gonna help me correct me, and it's okay. Most of the 10 swipes that we did, what were they?
Oh yeah, we went through 10 videos, quick 10 videos, y la mayoría eran pues Hispanic.
So my thought, because I've been watching some podcasts these days, and I have a confession with that, with the whole podcast watching. I was seeing that, I was like, damn, like, yes, I've been in TikTok, but I've been more again just because I need to be. But I realized it with the whole podcast. I was like, I feel like Hispanics take over that platform.
From podcasts?
No, just TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Like, I feel like every time, like 10 out of 8 or 8 out of the 10 are basically all mostly Hispanic. Like, every time there's a Hispanic in there. Now, I don't know if they're viewing or, you know, doing the... I see it's the way
they throw an algorithm.
Yeah, an algorithm, and they
see your
they know what I like.
Or whatever. It could be a possibility. I know that YouTube does that. That's the only thing I have. So, and like all the shorts that come up on that are like stuff that I see. You know, whether it's like soccer or like basketball highlights and stuff like that.
So it goes back to what you watched.
It goes to like related to that.
Well, yeah, related to it.
I can look up a video on how to change spark plugs on a certain car, and it'll start bringing out like mechanic videos. So I don't know if that could be it, or you could be listening to a song. I don't know, and it'll relate or bring out artists related to that or similar to that.
And obviously, because like you have to give the phone or you have to give the app permission, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, you have to give them permission. So maybe they do track this. We don't know. Yeah. But for me, it's raro because Instagram doesn't do that. Like Instagram, you get, half and half. But I mean, just back in the day when the stories, no. I guess you weren't on it when they started doing the reels, huh?
The
reels, yeah. It's almost like stories, but that's what they call it. It's, not stories, but, it's kind of weird, sorry.
Sounds familiar.
It's almost like shorts. They're basically shorts, but their form is calling it reels. And then, I think TikTok does call it story, but they're basically short. That's why. Lazy. So, yeah.
Related to that, I mean, it kind of goes back to how many times have you, been on the phone talking and say certain something like, oh, hey, I want to go to, or you're talking about a certain product.
Yeah.
And then you go back on Google and it shows that product.
Or it shows, or you can go anywhere and it shows the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. So do you think they're listening to us the same way as in YouTube?
Excuse me, you're being over here, what's it called? Damn.
Conspiracy?
Conspiracy? You're being this conspiracy right now?
No, I'm just saying because I'm just trying to relate that to what you're talking about. I know. So, ¿tú crees nos escuchan on that?
Yeah, I mean, you're giving it permission. Yeah. And that's the thing. We don't realize that you're obviously giving it permission because you want to use these platforms, or that's part of the phone setting that you have to agree to it.
Yeah.
And then, this is what you're agreeing to. But you don't realize it at the moment.
You don't read the fine print. Read the fine print, people.
I bet you read the fine print. So that's why you don't have a platform.
No, I mean, it's been times where I'm at work and I'll see look up a certain product or something. Yeah, te sigue dando esos ads, so.
Yeah, that's still crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me what they're listening to.
So I think it's tied in together, those two things. Maybe I could be wrong.
Well, with me saying that, no, you're good. Well, me saying that, and the reason why I bring this up as well is because, obviously we've been booming out. The Latinos have been booming, and me looking at this, I was doing a reflection. I was like, damn, could TikTok had a lot to do with that?
It could be. There's a lot of how-to videos related to Hispanic stuff. How to this is the one that's probably on there a lot. How to make quesadillas. Quesadillas were something so popular where even other countries were like, dang, I want to try that, or they made their own version. So that's the Latinos, coming up too.
So what time period would you say you saw that? The whole quesadilla situation.
I think it came up when I was during COVID.
And obviously you still didn't have IG. You didn't have IG.
No, but you would see, I mean, like I said, I have YouTube. And you see a lot of how-to shorts and stuff. And then muchos son different ethnicities. They're not even Hispanics trying to make quesadilla.
True.
Yeah. And there's people reacting to quesadilla. So... and people are like, whoa, what is that?
So now that you're mentioning that, could it be that COVID helped us too? That all of a sudden we're booming now too? Shoot. Because
maybe.
Acuérdate that, and I know they've been mentioning this lately, they're talking about the whole concert situation, about all these artists coming together and making a concert, if it was in their backyard, meaning when Edwin, El Flaco, Larry, all of them will get together and they will make it a thing, just a backyard thing.
Oh, really?
Remember? You don't remember? cuando estábamos in quarantine and like you would sit down and they would pull out a video for a whole hour and they were singing.
Yeah, like desde tu casa. Well, doesn't Karim Leon have like pisteando desde la casa?
Yeah, he did that one too.
Yeah.
So like I mean I feel like the Latinos did that.
Yeah,
Like I don't remember.
Regida, didn't they also have like something like that?
I remember seeing the first time. I think
the
only English that can come up to my head, I think it was like a big festival, maybe like an iHeart or something like that. I think that's the only time. But the Hispanics really made it a thing. Like every month they would bring a video out and do it. So the Hispanic culture is very big right now. And with the podcast and my confession that I'm saying, you know, when I did the podcast at first, I was like, having that Mamba mentality of trying to basically be competitive. Like, you know me, I'm very competitive. And I guess, yes, I have been competitive. When I did this podcast, it's competitive just because I feel you do need to have that mindset. If you don't, just like anything in life, you're just going to be like, a ver si sirve, si no sirve.
Yeah, and that's how you are, you know. I'm sure you see this podcast and you're like, no, I have to make it work, or like, you know, like, no me va a ganar.
Yeah, because it's literally like something that I'm doing. Like, it's for me, kind of. And obviously for the viewers.
Yeah.
But like, this is something that I'm working for myself.
Yeah.
And that's why my confession is when I used to see these other podcasts, I was like, fuck, like, you know, like, damn, like, if he could do it, I could do it. Or like, not creído, but you know, like como la gente se le queda mirando, kind of judging. But I'm judging it as like that, as a competitive view, and that I honestly wanted to do it. So like that was my challenge. Yeah. But now that I'm hearing a lot about these podcasts, I feel like they're really giving our flowers. They're like, hey, Hispanics are taking over platforms, are taking over music. I mean, there's a lot to go. We can go on and on right now. Yeah. Hispanics are really... And something that we have mentioned, I think, in a different podcast is like, we couldn't do that in our age. We couldn't do that back in the day. We couldn't freely just be like, listen to fulanito, because if you did, that person wouldn't know who was fulanito. So this is something we only related back at home, right? I mean, can you kind of agree or no?
Yeah. I mean, like, I remember being in school, and like, kind of a lot of people, or not me, but like most of my Hispanic friends were more like in little shell, kind of like not wanting to show, you know. I mean, me valía, so I was like, I mean, I would bump Mexican music or whatever, you know, but había like friends that I had that are like, oh, you listen to that, or like, you know. But
something simple we can basically we're going to relate to it. I'm not calling you out, but probably something simple that we didn't see it at the moment, like the way that we dressed. What was it? Was it Latino? Or was it because we like, obviously I like rap, so I used to dress like that. And you, I think you can say you like rock or rock en español.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So you weren't really doing the Latino thing because that wasn't what's really out there from your house. It was just... You know, and your parents, I mean, my parents and my siblings, my sisters would judge me for it. Be like, oh, like, what the heck? You're trying to be fulanita. You're trying to be like this. You're trying to be like that. But it was more like, well, this is why I can relate out in the streets in school. You guys like don't see that. Fit in with them.
Yeah.
So I think we did that for that reason. And it wasn't because we hated our culture. It was just that something we can relate and make school easier for us.
Yeah, it's where you didn't want to like get made fun of, you know, for wearing una camisa de avestruz and like, I mean, not camisa de avestruz, pero like botas de avestruz y una guayabera or something. Like that,
you know? Imagine like our age nowadays. I think that you can do it freely. Yeah, whatever, not freely, but if you want to wear it, like it's not.
No
you're
one's
not
gonna look weird.
Yeah, you're not look weird. Yeah. So imagine las de antes de los tiempos de la quebradita with the little strings on the side. We would have went to school like that. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like how I said, you wouldn't see people at school wearing botas. Now there's kids that wear botas to school, you know, like.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
that's
that is
something
true.
like, what is that? Ariat, the marca Ariat.
Yeah,
Over here.
You see that a lot right now.
Like
And
you
you're seeing it on young adults, and we wouldn't.
You wouldn't see kids like that at school.
I would say for myself, mis papás me compraban algo así, and like yo lo escondía kind of, because like para la fin de semana, okay, but for school, nah.
Una fiesta o algo, pero para la escuela no lo vas a sacar.
Yeah, exactly.
You get made fun of or something.
But we know that, you know, it wasn't because we hated our culture. It was just something on the time.
You just didn't want to get made fun of,
right?
Or, you know, you just didn't want to hear it.
Right. So that's why now I apologize and I give the flowers, because I see the transition they're going for, that, hey, Latinos are winning. And I really see that, like, they're really talking about it, but I see that they're really thinking about it that way, and not in the way of because they're doing publicity. Obviously, it does feed as publicity as well. But then again, I know the struggle of how much work it takes to actually do this. Mm-hmm. So, and they're doing it great. You know, like I'm learning from them as we talk. Yeah. So I know they're not doing it only for that, for the views, and they're doing it more because they like it, something they like doing. And at the same time, they're giving flowers to Hispanics.
Yeah.
So, you know, my hat's to them on that note. And yes, we can agree that, you know, our culture back in the day would have been awesome for us to be able to do it like they do it now.
Yeah, I feel like, like I said, maybe it's something that's in, you know, now with the people and or like the younger people at school and stuff, and like you don't get made fun of no more.
And something that we're saying, and you know, I don't think we ever were able to look at it this way, because honestly, like we did hang out with these cultures, or I did, with different ethnicity. I mean, if I can say it correctly until the end of the podcast, ethnicity. We did hang around with different ethnicity, so it wasn't like, I don't really gonna say like they influenced me to be like some type of way of a different ethnicity. It was more home, because whatever experiences they had, or because obviously our parents were immigrants, so they were kept in their little shell to only do this. And now these people on these podcasts were saying like, now we're doing stuff that Americans are doing that we should have done back in the day, but because we were kept in a shell, or ourselves, honestly, it was ourselves. We were keeping ourselves in the shell. We couldn't progresar. And now we're doing everything we can because we see the movement. We see it normal, and the show got broken.
Yeah.
I mean, in my eyes, it got broken. Because Peso Pluma, again, I'm saying this in the way like Chalanillo, you know, Chalino was Chalinillo, like that type, that type of.
But he
artist.
never got that.
No, I'm not saying like. Obviously, Peso Pluma is doing his thing. He's doing great. But I'm trying to say, you wouldn't like. Peso Pluma would have done this back in the day. There's no way he would have popped like this.
Like it's crazy, because when I went to go see him, there was this grupo de güeritos, like white kids, that were there to see him. You know, so it's just like, wow, you know, you wouldn't see that back then.
Yeah, and like even, you know, bringing back the TikTok, when you scroll through on TikTok, you see different races trying to. I'm not gonna say
react to the.
I'm not gonna say like they're trying to be Hispanic, because that's something we got back in our day. You're trying to be African American, black. You're trying to be güerito because you used to try to be fit in, because you try to fit in. But for them, I see it like, oh, they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
They're looking at the culture and they're like, oh shoot, because
you're not neglecting them. You're like more of a accepting that, you know, from them.
And like there's
and you feel kind of like. Proud and like happy when you see people like that. Like there's this YouTuber that I follow. He reacts to Mexican music. He plays the guitar, and he'll react to it and he'll be like, "Wow, look at this is so hard to play," and he'll try to play it and he'll just be amazed. And it's just like, you didn't see that back then. People like from other ethnicities trying to listen to a song and like vibe to it or whatever, you know,
and play the instrument.
Yeah, and play the song. Yeah,
because now you see that, and you know, I seen African Americans or black people actually playing the song. They're like, shoot, like it's hard, but they're doing it. For us, the closest that we had in our day, probably if we were trying to go with the culture, was being a DJ. But we would never try to make the beats or, you know, I mean, beats in reality. I mean, there was kind of Chicano rap. Yeah, but it wasn't the same.
It wasn't nothing like, like right now that you said that, there's that one group too, no, that has a morenito playing the guitar.
Antes, era tres algo que no, tres elemento.
No.
That's
he had a Cuban. Yeah, they had a Cubano. Yeah, but there's a morenito who plays the guitar, and it's ¿cómo se llama? Un vato que canta. Oh, dang.
Si tú me haces eso, you sabes que yo te voy a decir que es Peso Pluma all the time. But I don't hate Peso Pluma, guys. I'm going to give him his flowers, too.
I can't think of his name.
No. But now the other thing, because we've been influenced in a way of, my dad for one. Again, my dad wasn't racist, but going back to what he knew and what I knew, and when I was a kid, I wouldn't really pay attention. But, you know, when the Spaniards came over to our side, he would be like, oh, los españoles, you know, like he would just talk about them, not in a bad way, but he will make like a...
like a remark or something?
Yeah, like almost like a remark. Los Españoles came to us. Obviously, if they didn't, we wouldn't exist, right? So, like, again, that was his opinion, and I respected it. Yeah. But now I think, and you have, but I believe even some Spaniard people like go over these songs and they're like trying to break it down and be like, oh, like what he said, or like, oh, I like
what
this.
I think he's saying with this word.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Like, it's cool to see different ethnicities doing this.
Like, I follow también a bunch of YouTubers that react to Mexican music. Oh, like, you know, people from, like, Africa, Colombia, you know.
Yeah, that was going to say, I think you're one of the first that told me, like, oh, before it actually popped out, you're like, oh, they're Colombian, and look, they're playing Hispanic, or, you know, I don't know what to call it anymore. I don't know. I know the music people are like, there's not Mexico, no, it's música regional. I mean, whoa.
Corrido tumbado, corridos bélicos, and this and
There's
that.
so much. I think I'm just going to say, how can we say it? How can we say a simple word that we know what we're talking about?
Camisa.
Música. Damn. Are you popping with the flex now? No, you're popping over with the LA Galaxy.
LAFC.
Oh, sorry. LAFC.
No, but yeah, I guess we have to think of a one term to label that genre of music.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to be able to, though.
No. It's always changing. First it was corridos tumbados when that came out, and now it's like corridos bélicos, and now we have this like mixes of like techno with, you know, Peso Pluma with that song you just showed me right now.
Alpha.
El dembow, el de Luis R. Conríquez. I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, because there was the whole dilemma of Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, or Mexicans couldn't do Puerto Rican music, whatever. That's the whole thing, to be honest. That's where it comes back from. But yeah, we're happy that, you know, the Latinos are doing a big thing. And yeah, for our experience, we wish that we were able to experience that back in our day.
Yeah. Well, we're doing it right now, you know. Kind of.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but it's a different vibe. Like, I think it would be a different vibe because, like, you know,
more like in high school, kind of.
Like back in the day in school.
Oh, okay.
It'd be different.
I mean, like I said, me valía. I would play whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but still, like, school wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
I know that for sure. Like, I don't know if you like them or not, and I'm gonna say this, like, I think because of hip hop, like I like the style Aquid did, and a lot of Hispanics were like, oh, what the fuck is that? ¿Qué es eso? Like, puro, nomás hablan de esto y hablan del otro. Obviously, that was hip hop because that's what English hip hop used to talk about. Yeah. But for us Latinos, they were like, that shit's garbage, or we would criticize on that. Here you go.
I didn't.
But like I don't like. I wouldn't like tell you anything now, like be like, oh, like what happened, David? This because I know you, but like people would say something like that. Yeah. And look at now, it's grown into people.
Yeah, and it's Aquid. I remember listening to them, and I was like, what is this type of music, And I can't even name one song.
You just did that with them Bobélicos. And so it goes on you then.
Yeah. Well, because it's different, I guess.
You. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it's what's in right now. And there's so many Mexican artists collaborating with all these different Hispanic.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
I think that's what's in right now.
Como dice la mago, hay algo para todos. I think that's her saying now here in this podcast. Hay algo para todos. It's crazy. Well, now that we went back and you said at the beginning 10 years, so we've known each other, and I was going to tell you, like, damn, like imagine if we knew each other. So think about it. I guess the way I'm trying to say is like, obviously we didn't meet in high school or we didn't meet in school. So what would you say, like, if you knew somebody from back in the day in school, I don't know if you do or you don't, what age would be like the significant time that you would remember them? For example, I remember in elementary, people will move still a lot. Like the time that you would know if he was going to be with you from elementary to high school. Obviously, middle school, you're able to know like, oh, I'm going to keep on going with this same person, or I'm going to see them around. It's probably middle school. But I think 4th and 5th grade, right? It's like, that's kind of like se quedan, or like
where you like start meeting different friends, I guess. Well, I think it happens when
like it becomes a relationship of like friendship for a long period of time. I'm trying to say.
Oh, I don't know anybody from middle school.
No, not even. Yeah, you do. I'm pretty sure you do. El Sosa, because I remember you guys talking about elementary.
No. Oh yeah, like I met him. Well, I didn't meet.
No, but like
I've
I'm
known
trying to
of him.
It says
shout out to
El Sosa.
El Sosa.
A ver cuando se anima el Valley.
Yeah, but I remember, funny story, like.
Well, okay, before we move on, but that's my example. Like you kind of know of him, and it probably was from 4th and on, right?
It was 5th grade.
You see, that's what I'm trying to say. So from 4th to 4th or 5th grade to, let's say, high school, that's kind of the gap that you would know somebody's going to be with you then until now. Yeah. So let's say 10 years. Kind of. Just because let's say...
I was not in elementary school 10 years ago.
No. I'm trying to say like that's the gap that you know that somebody's gonna stick with you after high school, kind of.
Okay.
We're just trying to put like a gap.
Like a long-term friend is gonna stay with you longer than 10 years.
Exactly. So now imagine if me and you would have met. You think that would have happened? Like we would have kept going? I mean, it's easy to say now, but
I think so. Or you'd probably be annoyed of me or something.
Damn, were you that kid or what? No. Nah, honestly, I don't think we would have been friends.
No?
Nah.
Just different.
Just because we were different. Yeah, we were different. Yeah. Like
no need for you to talk to me, huh? Kind of thing.
Because that was me. I didn't like to talk to anyone. Yeah. It was esto y ya.
Yep. I feel like, you know how we met at work, like you just had to talk to me, so there was no way of getting out.
Not even because I try to help you either.
But you did help me. But it was more like, well, I need him to help me or else I'm going to have more work on myself.
Honestly, I never thought that. No. I think that since that job, it actually helped me realize to be more helpful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it
very
did.
helpful.
Yeah. I think since then I've been kind of noticing that was my thing.
I still remember that first time I met you though. I was like, oh hey, I'm the new guy, and you're like, wow, really? That's how you're gonna present yourself?
Really? I said that? What a dick.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh, okay.
Really? I don't remember. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I didn't because I wasn't I was just in my lane, and that's really it.
Well, because you would get out of one job and then go to that job.
Yeah.
So I remember it was, damn.
I have thank you for having my excuse why I was grumpy back then.
Yeah. That's how you were trabajando. Un hombre bien trabajador. Todavía.
Gracias. Nah, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, first, like, we know each other, let's say, like, for an example, elementary, but we don't. But where I'm trying to go with this is going to kind of make sense later on. Well, not later, but like in 5 minutes or so. So you do know somebody from back in high school, or let's say 10-year gap of knowing someone. And then we know each other for 10 years already.
10 years? Damn. I thought it was longer.
Well, it's maybe like 12 or 11, but I'm just trying to still those 10 years. So, and for me, for sure, I've never thought about it, and probably you not. And again, I'm just thinking about it now with that examples. But I do know that you say you wanted to get married. So, and you have a brother and I don't. So with that in perspective, knowing somebody 10 years from high school and still knowing them, knowing somebody after high school and you know them for 10 years, and having a brother, how will you choose your group, your best men in your wedding? And this is not a right or wrong answer.
Dang, you're swearing like I'm gonna go.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm just saying because you never hear it. You never hear guys really analyzing.
I've actually thought of that stuff.
Oh, you see, you're the right person to ask.
But
again, it's not a right or wrong, and it can change.
And what I was thinking was going to like a tuxedo place and having them sew like 3 people like into one suit and having them just
no chingues. Ay, no vas a tener dinero para la boda después.
No, I would say it has to be my brother, you know.
But that's what I was gonna say. I wish he was here because I want to get his reaction too. Yeah. And maybe comment down below, Eric. Really, how would you feel? Like if you can say, and this is not a wrong or right answer.
I feel like it's because, like, you know, I know you and my other friends for longer, and I también son like my brothers, you know. So I feel like it wouldn't be a big deal for you guys.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So you see it that way, and that's good. Obviously, that's why I'm trying to say.
And you understand why I would like choose a brother, you know, like even though he's my like. All of you guys are my brother, but he's like my brother.
Yeah, that's you see. Then this is what I'm trying to get the viewers to see. Like we never think about it as guys. I know for sure, but you were one of them that did, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, like yo no tengo, I have a small circle.
You know what?
So it does make it difficult, believe it or not, because if I had a brother. And I'm not saying it's the easy way to go about it, but yeah, like I would say the same, like, oh, well, maybe I would just be easy to say, oh, my brother. Yeah. But I don't have that. So I think in my case, it makes it a little bit more difficult because like, shit, like if I choose this one, and my circle is small. Yeah. But good thing you said that you're like, oh, I don't think you guys would get offended because our circle is small and we know each other very well and we call ourselves like brothers. Yeah. So that kind of makes it kind of fun.
You guys know like my whole family. You guys know everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we go more into detail, 10 years, we know your family. I mean, you guys open your doors for us. We
my
see
parents ask about you, you know, and like they're happy with what you guys got going on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, any goals and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's why, like, for me, I feel like, and it's not about me, this is not, but I feel like it's going to be hard. But I know for a fact, I mean, like, I knew inside of me that you guys would be okay if I don't choose you like this. Because we're...
Nomás ponme dama de honor.
Oh, yeah, estás oyendo, Mago.
I'm just kidding.
That's Mago side. But now that you said that, there's a lot of topics in this whole groomsman. Have you been a groomsman first?
I have. That's why I was thinking of this, because I was a groomsman to one of my friends that I know from high school. Frosto. Saludos a Frosto.
Saludos a Frosto. He knows me. I haven't talked to him, so I don't know if he does, but if you do, saludos.
And sorry, Frosto, for not attending your baby shower.
Chale. Damn, there's a whole other topic right there.
No sé qué pasó el viernes en el juego que nos pusimos alegres and we ended up getting tickets, so... For the next day.
He's not lying, Frosto. I do have this back, but I wasn't the influence. No te creas.
Saludos a él. I was one of his Groomsmen.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, dang, how did he choose? Because he has like 2 brothers, and it's like, but yeah, that's the reason why I thought of it.
But I think when it comes to like brothers, and I don't have brothers, so I'm just speaking out. Like, I think it becomes a little bit easier, porque let's say you have
for them
like
to understand.
Yeah, because let's say you have 4 siblings, brothers, sisters, blah blah blah. You know cuál se lleva con cuál.
Oh yeah.
So like, oh well, he's gonna be it.
Or you could always say, oh, he's the older one, so that's why I went with him. Or
really?
I don't know, maybe.
Nah. Well, for me in my household, I know like we were 4 of us, so we knew who bonded more with with who. So I think that's why I'm giving my narrative. Okay. Like, I think it's because you're able to see this when you're growing, and you're like, it's an obvious.
Yeah. But then if I think about it, it's like, dang, I have a bunch of cousins and this and that, and.
Nah, well, I mean, we gotta be realistically, and again, it's your wedding, you could do whatever you want, right? Pero digamos, tienes como 10 cousins, just to say. Yeah. Digamos que tú dispuestas a tener más chambelanas, groomsmen que la girl.
No se va a poder bailar el vals.
No, but it's true. Like we never talked about this. Like we never talked about like, damn. And then is your girl or your significant other gonna be okay that you have more groomsmen than damas? Obviously, it's your guys' wedding, so that's what makes it more difficult. But you saying, I mean, I think we're gonna go back and forth on this topic. But another one is like choosing a padrino for your kid. You get me?
Oh yeah.
Like what happened this weekend for you, but that one too, like. Would it make more sense somebody close to you? Would it be more of like, let's say you're close with someone, but he lives in, let's say, another 5 hours away from here? Would you still choose him? Would it be somebody closer? Because obviously the padrino is supposed to be for the kid. And
you choose the closest one. Para cuando quieras salir tú dices, hey, el padrino. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shoot. Entonces ya sabes que no me vas a apuntar a mí, no te creas.
No, I'm just kidding, no. Yeah, that's a tough one. I've never thought about that. But
that one?
Yeah.
Hey, but you thought about one, so that's cool.
But yeah, cool. It's...
I like... It's cool because I like learning this. I mean, I like seeing other people's perspective, like how would you do it or how would you feel about it. So damn, so you thought about the whole Groomsmen.
Yeah, that's something I thought about. I was like, dang, when Frosto he did his, I was like, man, how would you choose your groomsmen? And he had family. I think I was the only friend in there, and the rest was just his family, so I was honored there.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh no, there was another friend. También el Eddie. So 2 of us,
2 of you.
Hey, but it's still like.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's cool that because we could go again. He can have cousins. He can have this.
Anybody he wants.
So I think we could say that it'd be almost that gap. Like maybe if you have a friend that comes from 4th, 5th grade to moving on that you still know until your past life of school, or somebody that you meet that has to have at least 5 to 10 years that you know him, your brothers. I mean, that's really your groomsmen, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Eric, a ver qué dices tú. Let's say
we'll worry about that when.
But let's say, but I want to know Eric's situation. I want to say, would he mind it? Would he wouldn't? He will understand.
I say no.
No, what? Like he doesn't want to be the groomsman?
He's probably like
the main groomsman.
He's like, I wouldn't want to because then I have to give a speech.
he's good at speeches. Nah, but pues si no, ya sabe que tiene que poner la práctica. Si no, he has to come to the podcast more para practicar.
Do you have to give a speech as a?
I think so. Well, I mean, again, we could break barriers and not give a speech. You want,
you could sing instead.
But don't get tipsy now. Don't get tipsy después que tú eres el main guy.
The main show.
The main show.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, I know you didn't ask me in a bad way either, but like I was a groomsman. You know, I never thought I was gonna be one.
You were groomsman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yeah, I never thought I was.
When was that? Like,
Ya tiene ratito también. Shout out to Oscar y Denise if you guys are watching this.
I remember you guys. Eso fue la vez que salieron de vaqueros, ¿no? De botas.
Yeah, botas. My first time wearing botas in my life. Well, I was a kid, but being an adult, first time ever.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And how was that? How did you feel being chosen as a groomsman?
Yeah, it was an honor. I mean, again, because I didn't really like. Honestly, I didn't see it as because I had brothers or not. It was just like I was honored. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you know, como todo, I was gonna try to be my best groomsman I could be. Yeah. So I think I pulled it off. I'm just saying. Si no, reclámame, Oscar, no hay problema.
¿Hubo baile sorpresa?
And Denise, sort of, entrance. Ni sabía bailar, ¿tú crees? Y seguí mis payasadas nomás.
Hey, all that matters is that you tried, you know.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I tried my best.
It was his day, and you had to make it up for him, you know. And
damn. Yeah, I think I do pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'll do pretty good in the next one too. So. No estoy diciendo que me tengas que apuntar.
No, I take it as in like, wait, are you trying to tell me to get married or something? Or
no, I'm saying like that's your choice. But I'm saying no sientas that you have to put me as a groomsman. No. That's what I was trying to say. But nah, como tú dices, by that time we'll figure it out. A ver qué pasa. All right, well, for the last thing of, I think I have to start using our name a little bit more. Aquí para la last one y nos vamos, para ya irnos. The last one y nos vamos topic. Like, you feel, we're not even going to go too much in depth onto it, but...
Okay, they were talking about last one y nos vamos.
Okay, so you got a last one y nos vamos situation then?
Yeah.
All right, so my other topic, we'll forget about it. And I'm cool with that.
Well... Talking about last one y nos vamos, how did it play out last week when we went to the baseball game? Last one, when we said, okay, this is the last one y nos vamos. Meaning it as, was it a good idea to have that last one?
Oh, the beer situation?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's...
I wasn't the one that woke up crudo the next morning, so I'm good on that.
Yo me puse a lavar el carro, Lorenzo.
No, yeah.
Nada de cruda.
Yeah.
Para las dos que me tomé,
cuando te recogí, te recogí la cara que tenías.
I had to put eye drops on.
Dude. Yeah, I don't think you want to talk about it then. Honestly, we drank the IPAs.
Yeah.
I think that's what got us.
Do you think living up to that last one y nos vamos life, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends on the situation. Honestly, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a last one.
I guess it's always a good thing to have that last one.
Always? No.
So last week, was it a good thing?
I didn't have to go to a baby shower the next day, so yes, it was a good thing for me. How about you?
Yeah, it was. I was the DD, so.
Yeah, but, when is Eric's birthday again?
The 21st. His birthday's coming up. Gonna be in Mexico, actually, I think.
Really? In June? No.
July, I'm sorry. His birthday's in July 21st.
Oh.
So it's next month.
Sorry, I thought it was earlier because one of the reasons we went to the game was because of early birthday.
It was super early.
Yeah, that's why I was like just thinking it was this month, but
yeah, it was just super early because they were down here in the game, his favorite team. And I know he was talking about going, so I was like, oh, let me invite him to the game.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
Even though his team got smoked the first inning.
Hey, all that matters at the series, they won the series.
All that matters is that the team might have lost, but he won.
Oh, damn. Boom, boom. Knee slapper. No, it was a good time. Yeah. But
going to that, sorry.
No, you're good, you're good.
What do you think about Dodger Stadium now that you've been there more? And you've probably been there the same amount of times now as to Angel Stadium. it makes Angel Stadium look whack. You could say the truth. It won't hurt me because
honestly, every time I go to games, I don't look at it like that though. I go to it to have a good time. I like watching sports. I like watching, so I don't see it that. Yeah, obviously you could see the difference vibes, but I mean, come on, I'm hanging out with you guys, so we're always having a good time.
Yeah, that's true. We managed to have a good time.
Oh well, damn, I don't know if I want to hit this topic, but I kind of did. Yeah, ahora sí, the last one y nos vamos topic.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. It was just something that I kind of do want to hit because TikTok. And what else did I see today? Was it today? Oh, yeah, it was. So the reason why I want to hit this is because I don't know if you've seen. I know you don't have social media, but, social media is good. But at the same time, good thing you've been off of it. Excuse me, because I feel like it's been making it seem so easy now to be able to make money or like make a situation look easy for what somebody else has that you don't. Because I don't know if you heard, but there's been a lot of what would you call robbery in LA these couple of days.
Oh yeah,
the loncheras, 2 people, 2 situations.
I feel like that's where social media kind of like is bad because maybe people
no quieren trabajar ya.
Yeah, or people. Sorry, excuse me.
No, you're good.
People see it like, oh, people are robbing loncheras. Dang, I should go hit them up too. Kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, I
people
mean,
get
but
ideas,
it's crazy. You know? I mean, sorry, I'm not like saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm thinking about it like, why a lonchera? Like, why like... And
why
again,
paleteros?
Yeah, like why that? Like why something where somebody's actually working for the money,
or they barely even get money.
Like antes and again, we're not saying it's right to do any of this, but like it kind of will make a little bit more sense of a bank, right? Yeah. Like it's a bank. Obviously, we're not saying go do it, but like I would never think to myself, let me go here, let me go. Yeah. This it's like what?
But that's where I see it as okay, someone did that. Now someone has the idea. Oh, maybe I should do that, or like they got away.
But it's been crazy in LA, like.
Really?
Yeah, like, well, think about it. In our time, we would never hear Beverly Hills getting hit like that.
Oh, yeah, no.
And it's been constantly like Beverly Hills here, this store got hit, this other store got hit. And now it's like constantly. And what I wanted to say was because there's this barbecue place in Huntington Park, Ray's Barbecue. If you guys never been there, you should go see it.
Nunca me has invitado.
Yeah, well, está medio far, so I have to plan it with you next time. I gotta see when your schedule's free, entonces sí. But for him, like, he's a very known barbecue spot in Huntington Park, and he's always getting vandalized. They're always breaking his windows. They just stole el drenaje, or they stole the water pipe from the outside.
A water pipe?
Because of the copper.
Oh, my God.
So then he couldn't open the next day because he had to get that fixed.
Oh, wow.
And there's stuff like that I'm like, why are you doing this? Like breaking, like literally he has cameras in the front and obviously it's glass doors. You can see the individual just standing there and literally grabbing the rock and pushing it. And it's like, what are you going to steal from a place, a restaurant? Like, it's barbecue. Like, obviously, there's not pans and pots. Yeah. Like, what are you going to take?
Some ribs?
Nah, maybe. I mean, the refrigerator. But, like...
Yeah. No,
I mean, it's expensive. But the thing is, for me, is like, tanto motivo... that doesn't make sense in these particular spots.
Well, not everybody sees it that way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm trying to say maybe social media is playing a big part of that, like seeing that people have this, but obviously don't want to work for it. And that's my whole thing, like the podcast we're saying, like, good thing Latinos are doing this. And we've said it before too, like it's nice to see Latinos or any ethnicity doing these things, but hay people ya no quieren trabajar and se les hace fácil just to do this. Yeah. And it's like, come on, like just try to work a little bit. It's not that difficult. Honestly, it's not like, it's like, damn, like I never really would have processed that somebody doesn't want to work.
Yep. I guess that's just perfectly normal now.
Yeah, and that's the scary part. And the laws are making it worse. I'm not going to go into laws, but there's some laws that don't make sense.
We're not going to go into politics.
Yeah, no, but these laws don't make any sense either. Like,
just like how people broke into our mailbox. You know?
Oh, there you go. You see? A little
community mailbox.
Simple example.
Yep.
You see, I wasn't even thinking about it, but yeah, something like that. A mailbox.
What are you going to do? Pay our bills?
Like, obviously, everything's by email now. Damn, pay our bills. Imagine that.
I think that's why they did it.
Right? Sheesh. Let me go ahead and put my mail in there too next time.
For real.
Cuando llegue el correo. Give me the time para ir.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not how it worked out, but...
Well, guys, be safe. Don't be doing these things. Think about it.
Yep.
Feel better of yourself and just work on something that, you know, it's going to make you feel good.
You like and makes you happy.
Even though it's still hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we say that easily, but it is hard. But I think that's the most difficult part. But still having to, like, do something that at the end of the day, when you see that paycheck, makes you feel good.
Yep.
Well, puro pa adelante. I think we'll wrap it up, David. I appreciate you coming, doing this pod.
Thank you for inviting me. And like always, a good time here.
Damn, ya le iba a cerrar, pero te iba a preguntar. You haven't been to a soccer game, right?
No.
Here?
Oh, here no.
Yeah, we need to go.
Yeah.
A ver cuándo se nos pega otra vez como...
Cuando quieras.
Se nos pega como los games that we just went.
Hey, we can check out Messi now that he's over here in the MLS.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. You don't want to hit that right now. No. Don't hit it.
We'll leave it for next time.
All righty. No, I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, like always, thanks for everything. Keep on... watching the videos, and if you have any suggestions, tips or anything like that, let us know.
Comment down below.
Yep.
And yeah, bueno, we wrap it up.
Para la otra.
Peace. Later.